In this video, I will present the social engineering techniques for food printing process. In the previous video, that is around 4 videos back, I have explained how to perform the food printing with the help of social networking sites. Basically, the social networking is a tool of the social engineering. That is not the only available technique for the social engineering. However, social engineering is a broad topic in which the the hackers will perform the gathering of information, the too sensitive information of the users from various sources. So some social engineering techniques are like this: eavesdropping. Eavesdropping means the hacker will retain on the communication channel, will available on the communication channel, and will try to listen to the conversation on the communication channel in a covert way. That means here a covert operation will be performed to understand the conversation happening on the communication channel. So the best thing is always if the communication channel is encrypted, then the hacker is not in a position to understand what the communication happening and what the data is transferring on the communication channel. This is one way we can avoid this eavesdropping. Next one is phishing. So here phishing in the sense sending emails to targeted group net containing emails looking valid and legitimate. Generally using this previous food printing tools such as Netcraft and many other tools that what we have seen previously, the hacker will try to get the information about the email addresses of the users. If he can get at least the address of the some top bosses in the company, then he will try to send a mail which looks as a legitimate and very valid email, and it will be in a position to it will be designed in a such a way that after reading that email, the uh, the person or the victim who read the email may click any link in that particular email, or may reply to that mail, or may download any attachment that is coming with that mail. So this kind of activity will be performed by the victim just by looking at the email. That means the hacker will design the email in such a way that the whoever read that mail will be in a position to react to that mail in such a way that a valid and legitimate email that looks like a valid and legitimate email will be designed by the hacker and will try to send to the targeted group. So whenever the targeted group read the email and reply, or if they click any link in that email, or if they might have downloaded the attachment that is attached to that email, and if they might have opened that attachment in any of these steps, in any of these particular activities, the system information will be sent back to the hacker by the script that was written by the hacker. That means the script will be executed at the receiver side, and the sensitive information such as the password, cache information, and the history and many other information will be sent back to the hacker. Or sometimes it is also possible to uh, take the control of the entire computer by the hacker. So this is what we call phishing. So the reason phishing emails are very dangerous, and whenever you know that this is not belong to you, and the email is not known to you, and the sender is also not known to you, it is always encouraged to not to reply to those mails, not to click any link given in that email, or not to download any attachment from the mail. You may go through that, you may read the mail, well and good, but should not reply, or should not click any link available in that email, or should not download any file which is available with the email. The next thing is shoulder surfing. Shoulder surfing, in the sense, the hacker, what he will do is he will not reveal his identity, but he will morph his identity, and will try to make a friendship with the targeted person. Targeted person means the top bosses of the company, or maybe the top senior level, some people. So, and they will try to interact with the person without revealing the identity, and will try to gather the information. Shoulder surfing means just like just they will go and they will interact with them by duplicate identity or by false identity, and will try to get as much information as possible, especially the sensitive information from the targeted person. Next one is dumpster driving. Dumpster driving, this you might have seen in many movies, that the movie hero may go to a particular villain's house, and the villain might have left that particular house by knowing that some this person is coming, and sometime whenever he entered into the house, he will try to look around for the for the sensitive information that he wants, and sometimes he may not get it. Then while leaving the house, he might have observed a dustbin at the corner of the room, and he got an idea that okay, something might be missed in the dustbin, and he will go to the dustbin and will look for the anything was left in that, and he will find uh, very interesting information in that, some bills or some travel bills or some other receipts or some other things. So with that, he will make a correlation that okay, how this particular event was happened, or how this particular uh, the sequence was happened, and he will correlate it, and accordingly he will chase that uh, problem, and finally he will get the solution. So this is what the thing you might have seen in movies and all. So here dumpster driving is also like that, looking for information in trash, especially like looking for information in the recycle bin, and looking the information of the deleted files. Okay, these kind of things are especially dumpster driving. And the next one is impersonation attacks. This is the act of pretending to be another person. It is just like a phishing only, but what sorry, shoulder surfing only. That what he will do is what the attacker will do is he will he will be pretended to be another person and will try to interact with the targeted person. So these are the other social engineering techniques with which an attacker will perform uh, perform, not perform here, attacker will conduct the information gathering. But what kind of information the hacker will look for during the social engineering process? Especially, he will look for the credit card information. This is a very important information. And credit card information, not only credit card, debit cards, and the CVV numbers, PIN numbers, and while coming to the internet banking or internet way of fund transfers, you will look for the usernames, passwords, and any other security devices and technology information, operating system information, software information, network information, IP address and name server information. The reason is if any one of the sensitive information is known to the hacker, then it is very easy for the hacker to gain the control of the system. So that is the reason these many informations will be checked in general by any hacker. So this is what the social engineering technique that are available, and usually will be practiced by the many hackers. Now we'll move on to the some more ethical hacking tools, or we can say in that food printing tools, that what we have not covered previously will cover now. Here, Maltego is a very famous data mining tool developed by www.padirwa.com. So you can visit this site, and can look at this. You can download this particular Maltego. Yeah, this is the website Maltego, and you can download the product from here. Anyhow, this Maltego is the tool. In the community edition, you can get a in the Kali Linux. So it is a data mining tool, especially for projecting the information in a graphical way. This tool will be useful. So this Maltego will come in three forms. That is three versions: Maltigo Community Edition, Maltigo Classic, and Maltigo Excel. So Maltigo CE Community Edition is already available in the CaliRNX. You can explore it in the food printing tools that are available in the CaliRNX. So one can explore the Maltigo in the CaliRNX just by going to uh, the home folder of the start folder of the CaliRNX, in which information gathering tools. In the information gathering, you will find Maltigo here. You just click on this Maltigo. First of all, memory setup will be done. Then it will ask you to restart that. After restarting, obviously you are supposed to register into the Maltigo website, and you are supposed to use the same username and password that is registered in the Maltigo site for running this application. So I have made that initial steps like registration into the Maltigo community, that is Maltigo tool website, and the same username and password I have used here for logging into the Maltigo Community Edition 4.2.3. To know the internal details of the Maltigo and how to work with the Maltigo, you may go through the Maltigo website, in which you will find a beautiful documentation. A step-by-step documentation you can find here in the products, in the resources, learn online courses, learn Maltigo course at your own pace. So this course will help you in configuring the domains and getting the information about the domain. Especially it is a data mining tool in which you will get the information about the domain names and the information especially related to the uh, DNS and domain owner details, email addresses, and groups which are available in that domain, and subdomains, and you may get the information related to the files and documents from a domain. So all these information you can extract with this particular tool. Type the command recon-ng, recon-ng. This will open the command prompt of Recon ng tool, reconnaissance ng tool. Here you will find this is no modules are enabled or installed. Actually, here no modules were enabled and installed. Basically, Recon ng consisting of some special modules, especially to search the domains and all. So whenever these modules were not loaded, you are supposed to go through the following steps. So first of all, you go to the help and search for the help. So in the help, you will find this list the list of commands that are available. First list is in this back dashboard. Everything is there here, in which we need options. Thing that is manage the current context options, because these options will help us to load some modules that are required for searching a domain and its details. So let will go for options and we'll search for some important options there. So how to list the options is just to type the options list. So here the options are like this: name server, proxy, threads, timeout, user agent, verbosity. So these are the various options available. So that is the reason here, since there are options are available, but modules are not available. So that is the reason what we are supposed to do is we need to choose the uh, command which is available in this help commands, that is marketplace. Actually, this marketplace, what will happen is interfaces with the module marketplace. So that is the reason what you do is marketplace refresh. Marketplace refresh. So what it will do is it will refresh the index of the marketplace, so that what will happen, the related modules that are required for our searching will be included. So uh, then what we can do is that will search for the index module called hacker target, which is actually this hacker target is useful for getting the target domain information. So please make note of this, that a hacker target we are going to search for. So how to get this? So in the marketplace search, here search hacker target. So marketplace search hacker target. Okay, I have typed wrongly here. No module found. Marketplace search HACKER hacker TARGET. Well, I found this hacker target which is not installed actually. So this hacker target is available in the recon/domain hyphen force/hacker target. So this is useful for us for getting the domain information. Since it is not installed, we'll try to install this module. Since it is available in the path mentioned, so marketplace install /recon/domains /host/hacker hacker target invalid path recon/domains/host hyphen host/hacker hacker TARGET target. Well, now it will try to install the hacker target modules. Now the hacker target modules were loaded successfully. With this hacker target module, we are going to list the hacker target information. So first of all, after installation, we need to load the modules. Modules load the corresponding hacker target module, which is available in the path, the following path. So the following path here, already the path is there. So here modules load. So this modules were loaded. That will go for getting the information about this module. Type info. So hacker target lookup uses the hackertarget.com API to find the host names, update the host tables with the results. So we are going to set some host name and we are supposed to search for this particular host. So this will use the hackertarget.com API, like how we have used Netcraft and all. The same way, this hacker target API will be used by this tool to search for the domain. That will set one domain name and will search for that. So here we use the options like options set. So since here the options are like this, here we are supposed to set the source and current value is default, required is something. So we are supposed to set the source. So which source you want to target? So set a source as example.com. Now once the source is set, then you can type here info. You look at here source example.com. The value is changed. Now we are supposed to go for searching the information about the host. So in order to search the information, already we have set the source value. Just to type run. So this run will give you the information about the host, that is example.com. Its IP address is this one, longitude, latitude information, and some other information. So, and we can also set options. Set source is equal to www.jit.ac.in. Now you can check the info and run. So here host IP address and its information was given. And we can also search for, we'll go for another uh, domain options, set source rapid7.com, which is especially for this Metasploit and all. The one which will provide the Metasploit in Rapid7. Done. So all the subdomains information about the Rapid7 was displaying here. You look at Rapid7 has a total 146 hosts. That means different domains, subdomains are there. Look at community.rapid7, legacy.rapid7, and GitHub proxy1.od, osdc.lax.rapid7.com. Like that, multiple Rapid7 subdomains are there. We can also find the subdomains of, let's say, for example, Microsoft or some other thing. Like set options, options, set source, in the word Microsoft.com, run. So whatever the different subdomains are there, all these subdomain information will be printed and corresponding IP addresses, corresponding things will be printed. Because so many subdomains are there. Keep on running the subdomains. I hope we have to count how many subdomains are there. Keep on going, keep on going. Total 501 hosts was found for the Microsoft.com. So like this, all the subdomains and its information you can get it, and you can also go for help in this, and you can go for dashboard and other options. So you can explore this with the help of the ReconNG documentation. Huge documentation is available over the internet. You may go through that. This is, I can give you only the introduction and how to run the tools. And if you want to, if you like this tool and if you want to master that, you may go to the corresponding documentation and you can learn from that. So along with this Multigo and ReconNG, some other footprinting tools are FOCA tools, which is said to be fingerprinting organizations with collected archives. It may be downloaded from the 11paths.com website. This is also a footprinting tool which will give you the domain information. And some other footprinting tools are like Prefix Quiz, NetMask, DNS Digger. See, DNS Digger is a very powerful tool, just like the Multigo and the ReconNG and Netcraft. So previously, people used to use a lot about getting the information about the DNS. So DNS Digger till today also it is very powerful tool. Email tracking tool, Ping Probe, Google Hacks. These are the various other footprinting tools that are especially used for gathering the information about the target domain. Next, finally, we'll conclude this footprinting topic with the footprinting countermeasures. So, as a hacker, the nature of the hacker is to attack the systems. As because there is a probe that prevention is better than cure. It is always to have some countermeasures so that the target organizations or organizations can escape from the getting the information leaked. So The first thing is restriction on the social networking sites from organizational network. So that is the reason many companies will avoid usage of the social networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, etc. from the organizational internet services. This is a very good sign because it will help to not to gain information about the public, not public, by the employees or from the employees by the hacker. Next one is servers to be configured to avoid data leakage. During the ping operation, we might have seen some websites may not be pinged, but they will work on normally. So that is the reason some usually the organizational servers will be firewalls will be set with the rules, inbound rules that if any ping operation was happened, don't respond. So this kind of settings will be kept to avoid especially ICMP attacks. Next is employees need to be trained to aware footprinting and consequences of footprinting. So the employee training will be given on the footprinting process, especially periodically sending mails by the security administrator that cautioning about the general way of footprinting things like cautioning about not to open unknown emails or not to browse so and so social networking sites or don't reveal your passwords. This kind of general awareness information via emails may be sent by the security administrator to all the employees of the organization. Thereby, the employees will come to know the consequences of footprinting and what is in the footprinting, how the hackers will try to gather the information. Next is no sensitive information to be published in public documents of the organization. Here, the public documents of the organization, since annual reports or the financial statements or something, so in which no sensitive information must be leaked out. Only the telephone numbers may be placed or some other things may be placed, but personal emails and other details should not be placed there. Next one is disable the search engines to cache websites, web pages. Usually, the search engines used to cache the web pages to not to search from again from scratch. So that is the reason if their web pages were cached, then obviously by using the scripts etc., the hacker can get the information about the cached web pages. So the reason it is always recommended to disable the search engines to cache the web pages. These are the 5 countermeasures that can be suggested for to for not to gather the information by the hacker. Uh, Even though with personal social engineering methods, he will try to get the information about the organization. But always prevention is better than cure. If you can maintain at least these 5, so it will act as countermeasures for this footprinting.